Alright, welcome back everybody to the next part of my DVD collection overview. Today in this episode we're going to look at my drama collection, which basically runs here down to right there. So yeah, from there to there we have my drama section. Now I actually would like to eventually kind of even divide some of these up, because some of these could actually be thrillers or some of them mystery kind of things, but I just don't have enough shelf space to subdivide that many times. So basically everything just sort of falls under the drama category. One day I hope to be able to have those divided up a lot more, but I got quite a few, so I'm going to shut up and get going here. First off, we have a Turner Classic Movie 4-movie collection of East of Eden, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Streetcar Named Desire, and Rebel Without a Cause. Great collection of dramas there. Next up we have Sandra Bullock in 28 Days. Great movie about drug addiction and alcoholism and all of that stuff. Next we have A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, Demi Moore. Yep, classic movie. Next we have All About Eve. Trying to get that at an angle, yeah, where you can see without that. Of course, Bette Davis. Great movie. Next we have All the President's Men, Dustin Hoffman, Robert Redford playing Woodward and Bernstein, that newspaper guys that broke the Watergate scandal. Next we have Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman in Australia, one of my wife's favorite movies. Next we have Peter Sellers in Being There. Peter Sellers, Shirley MacLaine in this as well. Great movie. Has some humorous points as well. It's all about a guy that is fairly illiterate. He was a butler, kind of raised, never went outside, and everything that he learned from television. So he does a lot of quoting from television, etc., etc. Next we have The Betsy, starring Laurence Olivier and Robert Duvall, Catherine Ross, Tommy Lee Jones, Leslie Ann Down, all about the history of one family that were sort of, they were automobile manufacturers. Next we have Beyond the Splendor. Next is Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall in The Big Sleep. Not my favorite Bogey and Bacall movie. There's others that I like a lot more than that one. These are stuck together here. Next we have Boomtown, starring Clark Gable, Spencer Tracy, Claudette Colbert, and Hedy Lamarr. That's Headley. Next we have Casablanca, of course, with Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, and I actually have a really nice box set of that in a different shelf that I've hung on to that edition as well. Next we have Tom Hanks in Castaway. Yeah, another fun movie. Let's try and get that price tag off. I forgot that was still on there. Well, it's not going to come off at the time being. I'll have to work on it. So yeah. Next we have one I have not watched yet. I picked this up recently. The Cat's Meow with Kristen Dunst, and looking forward to seeing that one. Next we have Cold Mountain with Nicole Kidman, Jude Law, Renee Zellweger. Nice movie. Next we have Bing Crosby, Grace Kelly, and William Holden in The Country Girl. Here's one of the Bogey Bacall movies that I like a little bit better, Dark Passage. Still not my favorite, but I like it better than I do The Big Sleep. Next we have John Voight, Burt Reynolds in Deliverance. Of course, everybody knows that movie as well. Here's one that's kind of a thriller, but I've got it in the drama section. This is Dressed to Kill with Angie Dickinson, and Michael Caine, Nancy Allen. Great mystery kind of movie. Next we have Elizabeth, the Golden Age, with Cate Blanchett and Clive Owen. Yep. Next we have Kate Winslet and Johnny Depp in Finding Neverland, all about the creation of Peter Pan. Next we have Flight Plan with Jodie Foster. Of course, what DVD collection is complete without Forrest Gump? Of course, the Tom Hanks classic. Everybody's got that in their collection. There's another mystery one that could be separated from drama, The Gaslight, or just Gaslight, with Charles Boyer and Ingrid Bergman. Yeah, really cool movie, fun to watch. Next we have Ghosts of Mississippi, of course, Alec Baldwin, Whoopi Goldberg, James Woods. This hits home because it happened, true story, happening in my neck of the woods. Next we have Gone with the Wind. Don't need to say anything about that. Everybody knows Gone with the Wind. Next up is Good Will Hunting, of course, Robin Williams and Matt Damon. Classic movie. Has some great scenes. I find it a little hard to watch in places, but you know, but it's got some great moments. I know it was a wonderful film and all that stuff. Of course, Gravity, Sandra Bullock, George Clooney, fun movie to watch. Oh, next we have two movies that are sticking together, and why is that? Don't know. This is The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, of course, Rebecca De Mornay, Annabella Sciorra, don't know how to pronounce her name. Great thriller movie. And of course, M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening, with Zooey Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg. Yep, I like M. Night Shyamalan movies. I know a lot of people don't, but I like them. Next up is a classic, I Am Sam. Of course, Sean Penn and Michelle Pfeiffer. Fabulous movie. He plays an adult with developmental disabilities. I worked in that field for about 15 years, and so it's a very accurate portrayal in many ways. Next we have The Illusionist, a great movie with Ed Norton, Paul Giamatti, Jessica Biel. Love that. Next we have The Inn of the Sixth Happiness with Ingrid Bergman. And of course, Jaws, one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. Absolutely love this movie. Seen it, I don't know, probably 40 times or more, 40, 50 times in my life. Never get tired of it. Still knowing I can quote all the dialogue from it. Okay, now we're getting into one of the better Bogey and Bacall movies, of course, Key Largo, also with Edward G. Robinson. Next we have The King's Speech, Academy Award winning, with Colin Firth and Jeffrey Rush, Helena Bonham Carter. Yep. Next we have Gene Tierney and Dana Andrews in Laura. Next we have The Life of David Gill, Kevin Spacey, Kate Winslet, Laura Linney. Good cast. You would think with a cast like that the movie would be a little bit better than it is, but it's okay. Here's an underrated movie, The Majestic, Jim Carrey. Yeah, he's salvaging a movie theater in a small town, and yeah, it's kind of fun to watch. Brings back a lot of nostalgia. Denzel Washington, Dakota Fanning in Man on Fire. Midnight Express, based on a true story of a fellow who was, of course, arrested for possession of hash in Turkey and imprisoned there, and yeah, a lot of bad stuff happening to him there. All right, let's keep going here. Got a little bit more in the drama section. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil with John Cusack and Kevin Spacey. Nice movie, and I love Savannah, Georgia. I love all kinds of the images there, the beauty there. Clark Gable, Ava Gardner in Mogambo. Next we have Mr. Smith Goes to Washington with Jimmy Stewart. Fabulous movie. This has become one that I watch every 4th of July. Great 4th of July movie. Let's see. Next we have from last year, Nebraska with Bruce Dern. Yeah, great movie. I love it. Next up is Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman in Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious. I need to get some more Hitchcock movies. I don't have as many as I would like to have. Next up we have Of Mice and Men. Next up we have Marlon Brando in On the Waterfront. Could have been a contender. Another Robin Williams movie, 1 Hour Photo. This one is definitely not a comedy. Very creepy, stalking kind of movie. Next up we have The Pianist with Adrian Brody. Yeah, great film there. Coming out at the same time as The Illusionist was The Prestige with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale and Michael Caine, Scarlett Johansson, and David Bowie even makes an appearance in this. They're both great movies about magicians and illusionists. They're two kind of very different stories. Hard for me to say which one I like best, but I kind of consider them equal. Richard Gere in Primal Fear, Edward Norton also in this great movie. Of course, John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara in The Quiet Man, one of my wife's favorite movies. Next up, we have Radio Flyer. Really like this one. Fun story. Sad story in a lot of ways too about child abuse, but yeah, it's just fun seeing these kids' imagination. Here's a movie you don't hear too much about that I really like, Running on Empty, with River Phoenix, and he's a young boy whose family, his parents are constantly on the run for some political involvement that they had back in the 60s and 70s, and now they're forced to constantly be on the run. And River Phoenix is just wanting a normal life, and he's a gifted piano player, so I really like that aspect to the movie. Next we have Sabrina with Humphrey Bogart, William Holden, and Audrey Hepburn. Another one of my wife's favorite movies. Next up we have Ben Stiller in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Just watched it recently and really liked it. Fun movie. Next up we have Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger in Shadowlands. Of course, the classic Shawshank Redemption, Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins. Yeah, great buddy movie and prison movie and all that good stuff wrapped up into one. Next we have one of the ultimate chick flicks, but I like it anyway, Steel Magnolias. Of course, you have Dolly Parton and Shirley MacLaine and Daryl Hannah and Olympia Dukakis, Julia Roberts, Sally Field. Yeah, it's a good movie. I actually saw the play of that as well. So Next we have Sunset Boulevard with William Holden and Gloria Swanson. Next we have Cary Grant, Joan Fontaine in Suspicion, another Hitchcock movie. I have all these Hitchcock movies, but none of the classics, which is strange. I don't know how that happened. I don't have The Birds or Psycho or Rear Window or any of those, which I need to get. Next we have Taps, wonderful movie, Timothy Hutton, Tom Cruise, Sean Penn, George C. Scott. Love it. Next we have 50th anniversary collection of the 10 Commandments, nice boxed set there. Now we have my all-time favorite Bogey and Bacall movie, To Have and Have Not. Yeah, I love this movie. I love everything about it. Hoagy Carmichael plays and sings, composes the original music in here. Yeah, just a fabulous movie. Reminds me a little bit of Casablanca, kind of a tropical theme. Next we have a nice addition of Gregory Peck in To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah, nice book set. Next we have another M. Night Shyamalan movie, Unbreakable, of course, with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. Love that. John Travolta in Urban Cowboy. I'm not fond of this movie, but my wife loves the soundtrack. Another Shyamalan movie, The Village. Yeah, great movie. Nice twist ending there. Next up, we have Bette Davis and Joan Crawford in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Again, another kind of a thriller movie. Could be that I'm kind of forced to keep in the drama section here due to lack of shelf space. Next up, we have Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio, who play brothers in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Another great movie about persons with special needs. And last but not least, in the drama section, we have a great children's classic, Where the Red Fern Grows. Grew up reading this book and have owned the VHS and now the DVD of this movie. Always loved it, always enjoyed it. Alright, that wraps up the drama section of my DVD collection. So thank you for watching, and next time we'll be getting into the fantasy movies. Thank you. Bye-bye.